some ginger, pepper, and 1 large onion. With the garlic and ginger and pepper, it depends on how much you like, because it doesn't really depends on the quantity. I think it depends on how much you want it, because I like my food really spicy and I love garlic and ginger. So if you don't like too much of it, or if you don't want the garlic to overpower your dish, then you can go with maybe 1 or 2 fingers of garlic. But other than that, I am using 5. And then the ginger as well, it all depends on how much you would want to use. And then of course, this is how it looks when all blended: garlic, ginger, pepper, and onion. This is our fresh tomatoes, washed and cut into cubes. 6 large whole Roma tomato. So this is how it looks after it's been cut. And of course, if you've been watching my videos for my cooking videos, you would know that I love vegetables, so we cannot make this meal without my favorite vegetables. So we have, this is green pepper, the bell green pepper. We have 2 medium-sized carrots, and then this is 1 large cucumber that I just cut into 2 halves. So this is the only vegetables that I'm going to be using for this meal today. Nicely cut into our desired pieces. My cucumber, and then the green bell pepper also cut into my desired pieces. Like I said, I like my vegetables chunky, so that's how it looks. If you want it in smaller cubes, you can go ahead and do that too, but this is how I prefer the sizes of my vegetables. So cauliflower as well. This is pre-cooked shrimp, so it's already cooked. The mackerel fish, we washed, trimmed, cut, and ready to go. So we have 6 pieces of mackerel. That's how much I'm using today. This is I think it's the medium size mackerel, so this is 1.5, because I cut each piece into 4, and so I'm using this 1, 2, 3, 4 is like whole piece, and then this 2 is like 2 from another piece of, another whole mackerel that was cut. But I only need 6 today, so this is what we're using for our dish today. Purposes of seasoning, we're using 2 Maggi cube for our seasoning today. This is what I'm using. This is all I'm using. So this is the quantity that I'll be using. I think it's probably like a 1/2 cup of oil. And when the oil is heated up, we put in our chopped onion. And at this point, so you just want it to remain at this consistency, and then go ahead and add the chopped onion, the blended chopped onion, garlic, and ginger mixture right here. Alright, so this is how it looks like. This is what I was talking about. You see that it's, stay on there for a while, so you can actually see the oil. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add the shrimp. go ahead and add, you know, one of our Maggi tablets because it has this taste. I want the shrimp to soak in the garlic, ginger, and all that stuff because it gives it this rather unique taste. I mean, at least for me, yes. After 5 minutes, this is the consistency that you want. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in tomatoes. Okay. And I forgot to mention this when I was showing the ingredients. This is some sliced stewed canned tomatoes that I'm going to add to this. You can use regular paste tomatoes if you want, just a little though if it's paste tomatoes, but I'm just using one can of this. And you don't really have to use that if you don't have any, that's fine as well. It will still work fine. Go ahead and stir it all together. And since our fish is still fresh, because we're going to put it in fresh, I'm going to go ahead and add it in there and then allow it to cook, you know, all together with everything else, the tomatoes and everything else that we have in there. So just go ahead and add the fish. Add your fish at this point. And then gently stir it together. At this point, whenever you're stirring your stew, you have to do it gently because you don't want to break the fish into pieces. You want to have it whole at the end of the dish. So go ahead and add your Maggi tablets, the other one. To turn down the stove, turn the heat down so that it can simmer as slow as possible and then cook your fish very well. Because alright, this is how it looks after 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add in our carrots. I'm adding in the carrots so it can all cook together because I like my carrots soft. So just go ahead and add that in, and then we're gonna give it another 10 minutes to simmer. And this time I am going to tilt the lid so that the vapor can escape from the dish. And then 10 minutes we come back, and this time go ahead, stir. Our food is looking good. Our fish is almost cooked, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add the cauliflower. So as you can see, our fish is still whole and chunky. So So we do want it that way. And yet again, tilt it. Back, and then we add our cucumber and then the green bell pepper, and then we let it simmer for another 5 minutes, after which our food will be ready to serve. So this is how it looks. This is how it looks. And just so you know, it tastes good with or without the vegetables. So I have tried it without the vegetables before and it tastes good. And so if there's any particular kind of vegetables in there that you don't like, you don't necessarily have to add it in there. It's not, you know, you can tailor it to your own preference. So it depends on you. So this is it. This is how it looks like. So we're just gonna give it 5 more minutes, and then you can eat this with rice, with yam, with bangkun, but I am going to serve this with rice today. So yep, so we're just gonna, as usual, tilt our lid again and then have it simmer for the next 5 minutes, because I want my green bell pepper crunchy as well as the cucumber. So you're done.